From the beginning of time, man has wanted to explore land and sea, and then the stars. The first rockets were invented by the Chinese sometime in the 11th century. 1946, Russia, or what is known as the USSR, was the first to launch a rocket to reach the edge of space. A year later, American test pilot Chuck Yeager breaks the sound barrier. 10 years later, in 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik 2 with the first living passenger, the dog Laika, aboard. In 1959, NASA launches Discovery 1, the US first spy satellite. August 7, 1959, NASA's Explorer 6 launches and provides the first photographs of Earth from space. 1961, Yuri Gagarin becomes the first man in space. 1962, the United States launches Telstar 1, which enables the transatlantic transmissions of television signals. 1962, the USSR launches its first successful spy satellite. 1963, Valentina Tereshkova becomes the first woman to fly into space. 1964, NASA's launch the first telecommunications satellite. A year later, Soviet cosmonaut Alexei Leonov makes the first spacewalk. In the same year, Ed White, during the Gemini 4 mission, becomes the first American to walk in space. And Surveyor 1, a lunar lander, performs the first successful US soft landing on the moon. July 20th, 1969, Apollo 11, a NASA crew lands on the moon, manned by Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, who landed and returned safely to Earth. Neil Armstrong was the first man to walk on the moon. The 70s saw a period of collaboration projects between the USA and the USSR and the European space agencies. Space was the place to be, and everyone was getting involved to setting up space agencies. In our time, a new generation of space travel became possible with people like Elon Musk with the formation of SpaceX. Last year, they successfully created the launch Falcon Heavy, a reusable rocket system that after it was used flew the spent capsules back to Earth. This was the preparation for rockets for a collaboration between NASA to send a manned mission to Mars by the year 2030. You can follow the progress of such missions. On May 27th, this month, SpaceX and NASA are planning a triumphant return of America with a two-man crew on board Dragon spacecraft. Watch this space. Mars, here we come.